Hello, this is Miho from Canada. How are you guys doing? I hope your mental, physical health are good and fit. So today, I'm gonna talk about reflect yourself internally and spend a lot of time doing this, especially when things around you are chaotic. A lot of negative things are happening, or people are telling, this and that. Instead of putting your attention to that turmoil situation or chaotic situation, spend more time focusing on internal self, reflect yourself. When you keep doing this, you really find yourself peaceful and be able to find what you really want to become or how you want to be. So it really settles down to who you are instead of what other people expect of you to be certain ways or certain person, figure. Instead, you really reflect yourself internally, and so you're really centered with yourself, who you are, authentic you. When you live there, it feels really good and content and peaceful and happy because you're living who you are, and you start to explore how you want to live the best version of you. Maybe you wanted to change the certain things, or you want to aim this goal that you set, and during the process you will meet wonderful people who give you encouragement or empower you, or the good advice, or a lot of happy energy, and you will grow with them. So they say 5 people around you that you spend the most time with, that's who you will become. So you choose who you want to spend the most time with. And I hear, I have this person in my family, I can't, not see them, or I have this person close by. And sure, they do have certain negative aspects of life, and you don't want to hear, what they're saying about, say, your goal. Like they might trash your goals, or they might say something bad about what you're trying to do. Of course, you cannot get rid of them, but you could choose how much time you could spend time with. Less time with negative mindset people, and more time is the positive mind people. And you could choose how much time you could spend on those people, or negative people, or positive people, right? So you do have the control. And then when you start internally reflect yourself, you start realize that each individual have such a beautiful soul, and they're different, and you start to respect that. And it's not just one person is excellent on something. You do have a beautiful things inside. It could be cooking, it could be drawing, or it could be activities, or you don't know until you find out. Ask yourself internally what you really enjoy, and you want to become the best version of yourself by searching things that you never done it before. And that really gives you a content feeling, fulfillment, and that will become you feel really happy and confident about yourself. When you reach that point, you don't really mind what other people are saying that much, meaning that it doesn't really affect you, your core of yourself, because you become that's who you really are, right? So you take it other people's talk as what it is, but you don't take it personally anymore. And I have an example that when I didn't really have that in me, I used to get so affected by what other people are saying, especially people close to me, like my mother. And she has a bad words and a bad way of expressing and discouraging, people or me. And so I used to really get a bad feel and put me down so much. And it took so much energy to come back to the sanity level. And I kept doing that over and over. It was exhausting and it was really eating my soul and heart. Then I did a lot of things not to upset her, meaning that I adjust my schedules to, meet her needs, or I did a lot of things for her just because I thought that was the thing to do for a good daughter. And of course, there's a guilt trip as well, so I had that with me too. And now I realize that it's okay that there are people like that. It always be people like that, that talk bad about you, or, put people down, or don't encourage, they find something bad about you, right? But you just separate yourself from that people and spend less time with it. Especially with family member, you cannot totally ignore or cut the relationship, which is hurtful, right? But you spend more time with people who are empowering you, encourage you, give you happy thoughts and good advice and really vibrant lifestyle, right? So you get affected by those people more. So less and less time with people who give you a bad, feedback or negative. And that's coexist at the same time, but you spend more. You choose to spend more time with positive people because you will become who you spend the most time with, right? So you have the choice. So when I was training for the marathon, which I thought I would never ever be able to do it, so I thought it was hard as is. I didn't need any discouragement to start, right? Anyway, so I was told, if you have that kind of time, do this and do that, from my own mother. And I felt really bad, but I just kept going, keeping the connection with people who had really good, positive power. So I focused more on that, right? So I thought I was not able to do such a crazy thing like running the marathon and training for it. But when I spend more and more time with those positive people, the circle of people, it started to feel like, oh, that could be possible, because they talk like it's a regular thing, like going to the grocery store, right? It's not something that impossible, which I thought at first, right? And then you start to become influenced by those good vibes and good positive, advice. And then you start to, mold yourself into their mindset, right? So that's how I really was able to push myself to run the marathon. Of course, it wasn't, easy. I thought I would never ever want to do this again, but it's just, it's such an accomplishment in my own term. So I kept doing it, till now. So that's just one example. So you spend, or you choose your time how you want to spend time with, right? So you also spend a lot of time reflecting internally, and then set yourself to who you really are and live that comfortable zone. And you will become a much conscious about and how you want to become or how you want to be, and you start moving towards that energy. So things get faster and easier, and you start to vibrate higher in a conscious level or higher energy. So you radiate really good energy out there as well. In return, you get really good stuff back, right? So every one of you guys have a beautiful things inside. You wasn't told that way, or just there's so many negativities in general that could put people down, so that you just didn't know that what you have is beautiful, love and light inside. So look internally and ask good questions about yourself, and you could really see how you want to become and how you want to live. Okay, I hope this helped, and see you in the next video. Bye.